What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Spider-Man Far From Home explained by an idiot. I've already seen this movie, but I don't know, Spider-Man. So let's get into it. I don't
Welcome
know.
to Spider-Man Far From Home, and we start off in Mexico with Nick Fury and this
Damn, it's been a
bitch
minute since
from How
I
Met
saw
Your
this
Mother,
when it
but
came
this
out
bitch
though.
from How Met Your
So
Mother just is too long, and I don't even remember her name on the show, so I'm just gonna call her Fury's little helper. Okay? They're in Mexico in the place that got destroyed, and then suddenly
Alright.
some dude shows up with a fishball in his head and a fart trap in it, and he starts fighting off a rock monster. And then we cut to black, and some sad montage starts playing because this movie takes place right after Endgame, where everybody who got unsnapped stayed the same age, but everyone else aged 5 years. And from this clip right here, I'm assuming that everybody who got snapped on a plane ride got unsnapped into midair and fell to their death. Okay? I'm just gonna assume that, because that's definitely what you're saying here. Now we cut to Aunt May and Spider-Man doing a press conference fundraiser type thing. I don't know. Then they go
Okay, I remember
backstage for a
this.
little break, and they meet Happy, and Happy does
Yeah,
some
isn't
flirtatious
Happy
shit with Aunt May.
Happy's trying to clap. I remember that shit.
And Spider-Man's like, what? Then Aunt May fucks off, and Happy tells Peter that Nick Fury wants to talk to him. He's like, no, I don't want to. Then he goes back out to answer the crowd's questions, but leaves after just 30 seconds because the crowd was asking too many Tony Stark questions, and he got a bad case of the feels. Feels bad, man. Then next day, we
Feels
cut to Peter
bad.
packing for a school trip to Europe. Then Aunt May comes in and does this.
Okay.
Hungry? I thought that you could sense that with your Peter tingle.
Hey, that's what I said about the last movie. Wait, does Aunt May watch my videos? Never mind. Peter's
Wait.
Peter Tingle, or as we know, Spidey sense isn't working
Wait, does she know he's Spider-Man? Wait, what?
properly. It's got some sort of erectile dysfunction or some shit. So
Uh.
Peter and his class get on a plane to
Uh.
Italy, and he attempts to sit next to his crush MJ so he can, talk to her and shit, but fails miserably, and Ned, who was dead set on being an American national in Europe, ends up getting into a relationship with this bitch. They get to Italy, they unpack, then they do some touristy
Hey,
shit.
what?
Peter gets a necklace that he wants to give to MJ. Then a big ass
Okay.
water monster shows up, and
Huh?
Peter tries to fight it, but how the fuck do you think that's gonna work?
Yeah. Bro, isn't Peter smart? I mean, Peter is smart. I mean, at this fool, this was fucking a little datara,
His
but
fishbowl farthead shows up and he starts fighting the water monster, while Peter tries to keep this bell tower
Wait.
standing upright, because he needs something to do in this scene. So the directors were like, yeah, just put an orphanage underneath the bell tower and make him save him, so he doesn't seem as useless as Spider-Man fighting water sounds. So fishbowl farthead defeats the water monster and he shows up on the news. Everybody's asking all sorts of questions about him, but fucking nobody is asking what his powers actually are, because as far as I can tell, he
Right?
can summon and harness the power of farts. Don't matter. Ned and Peter go up to the room, and Nick
Yeah, it's
Fury,
just some
who Peter
green
has been
shit.
avoiding calls from, is sitting in their room, and he shoots Ned with a tranquilizer gun and makes him go to sleep. Turns out he redirected their school trip to Italy since he didn't want to answer any of his calls, and now that he's here, he's gonna try and tell Peter about a mission, but he keeps getting interrupted by people knocking on the door. So he's like, fuck this shit, let's go look cool in the boat. On this boat, Fury gives him some sci-fi glasses that Tony left for him after he died. Then they get to their secret
Okay, I
hideout
remember
place, and
this.
he's like,
You lose the mask. Everyone here's seen you without it.
okay, maybe she saw you without your mask on before,
But not that
when did
fool.
Dimitri and anybody else in that room
When did
unless you
Dimitri?
told them Spider-Man's secret identity, in which case Spider-Man should be furious. This is a secret identity, and now all these people in the room know. Shit gets leaked easy, bro. What the fuck?
Shit gets
By the way,
leaked
also
easy?
introducing them to Mr. Beck, who is Mysterio, and he's
yeah,
like,
he didn't know either. Like, what the fuck?
telling him about these monsters.
Whatever.
And he's like,
Water.
It's like water. Bro, damn homies, what? Frozen 2? Now these fools? Like, bro, they're all boot gang in Avatar. Like, bro, they should sue. No cap. Like, Nickelodeon should sue the fuck out these fools. Like, what the fuck?
Live together in harmony. Then
Wait, is he really gonna let the whole fucking intro play? No way.
okay, I'm just kidding. Mr. Beck's from Earth, just
Oh,
not this.
okay. I was like, yeah, no,
He
man.
first appeared and they tried to fight
Wait,
him,
huh?
but the Fire
Wait.
Nation was too strong, and it's basically the same thing.
The
honestly.
Fire
Anyway, his
Nation?
Spider got fucked, and now he's here, and so are the Elementals for some fucking reason. I don't know how that happened. Movie science, I guess. And he has killed 3 of them and has to stop the last one, which is Fire, before it gets too strong, and this Earth suffers the same fate as his. And they know that the Fire monster is gonna be in Prague in 2 days, and they want Spider-Man's help, but he's like, no, can't do, Chief. I want a school trip. I want to enjoy it, and if they see Spider-Man in Europe, they're gonna put 2 and 2 together and figure out that I am Spider-Man. So Fury just goes, okay. Next day, the tour company upgrades the class to
Okay.
a trip to Prague. Then on their way to Prague,
Okay.
the bus stops for everyone to take a piss and stretch their legs, and for Peter to low-key try on a new stealthy suit since Spider-Man can't be seen in Europe. But while he was taking his
Oh,
clothes
yeah,
off
wasn't
to
this
try on
bitch
the new
bad?
suit, this Asian douchebag walks in and snaps a picture of him with the attractive European lady and tells Peter that he likes MJ too, and he's planning to show her this picture, so Peter has no chance with MJ anymore. Then Peter uses the Tony Stark sci-fi glasses, which can launch a drone strike on anyone he wants and hack into anything, and he accidentally launches a drone strike on this douchebag. Then after
I
he
remember that.
explains
I mean, I
for
remember
all
the
of them
scene.
and the douchebag, he distracts the class and jumps out of the bus to destroy the drone, attacking the douchebag, goes back down and tells the sci-fi glasses to just delete the photos and not not attack the douchebag. Now, is that so hard, Peter? I mean, what did you think was gonna happen when the glasses were like...
Brad Davis, is he a target?
Yeah, he's a target.
You dumbass. This is Star Trek we're talking about.
You
Targus gets shot and
dumbass.
killed. So they get to Prague. and since
Wait,
there's-
what?
You dumbass. This is Stark Tech we're talking about. Targus gets shot and killed.
Oh,
So they
Targus
get
gets
to
shot and
Prague.
killed. I thought he meant like Tony got shot. I was like too far. I mean, he didn't get shot. I'm just. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I did watch this movie. I for real watched this shit. Like, he's gonna have like the little fucking black suit, not the cool black suit, just some like Spider-Man Noir type shit. Y'all played that game, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions? That shit was so crazy back in the day. That shit's still, you know what the.
Prague, and since Peter's already in Prague,
Oh,
he has
anyways.
a suit, both courtesy of Fury, he has no excuse not to partake in their plan of defeating the
Bro,
big
you know, bro, Pete should have clapped. Alright, you know what? That scene's gone. My bad, my
which
bad, my bad.
consists of him sitting on a tower and
Yeah,
keeping
see,
lookout for the fire
yeah,
monster
that's
until
literally
he shows up so
Noir.
he can tell Mr. Beck
Spider-Man
or
Noir.
Mysterio to show up and fight it. Now,
Wait,
don't
what?
worry, this isn't the only part in the plan for Spider-Man, since it can be done by fucking Dimitri or even a goddamn security camera. He's also supposed to try and keep it away from people and metal, since if it consumes too much metal, it'll be able to start consuming energy from the Earth's core and it'll get too big to defeat and death happens. So Peter tries to keep his class indoors for the time they're fighting the monster, but he fails. The monster shows up, him and
But he
Mysterio start
fails.
fighting it, and Peter shoots some invisible shit out of the air, and he's like, what the fuck is that? Then
What
moves
the
on
fuck?
to saving Ned and his girlfriend, while Mysterio is like, oh shit, it's too big. I must summon the Mega Fart. Then he goes Super Fart Saiyan, goes inside the monster and blows it up. After they defeat it, Fury shows up and he's like,
What
"Good
the
job, me,"
fuck?
and then proceeds to give Peter some shit about how he's not ready to be an Avenger and stuff, and then Peter almost cries. So Mysterio takes him to get a drink.
He almost cries.
Peter tells him about all the responsibility that comes with the sci-fi glasses that Tony Stark left for him. Then suddenly Peter gets an epiphany and he goes, hold up, Tony didn't leave the glasses for me. He left it up to me to choose who to give the glasses to. And I choose you, Pikachu. Wait, me? Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Okay, fine. So Peter transfers
Okay,
control
fine.
to Mysterio and he's like, alright, I'm gonna head out. What the fuck, Peter? You just met this guy 2 days
That's
ago.
so
You've known him for 2 days, man. What the hell, dude? You're smarter than this. At least wait for him to have like 2 movies or some shit. Come on. And then
2 movies?
Mysterio turns out to be fake. He's a villain. Who would have thought? Wow. And all the fights and monsters and fire and explosions and sound effects and blah 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 blah. They're all fake. They're all holograms and shit. And he, as an ex-Tony Stark employee, has a team of other ex-Tony Stark employees who are super smart working for him to make
Oh,
all this shit
damn,
happen.
for the
And
first
now with
movie,
sci-fi
yo,
glasses,
that's
he
a
can use
throwback.
Stark drones to make even bigger and more realistic and deadly illusions. Now we cut to Peter going back to his hotel, and he finds out that everybody's packing to go home to America since all the parents are worked. It's only logical, honestly. And he thinks, well, it's now or never, and he asks MJ out for a walk. She agrees, and on this walk, she's like, I know you're Spider-Man. What? No, I'm not. Yeah, you are. I saw you fighting the fire monster from earlier, and here's that thing you hit by accident as proof. And then that thing, which turns out to be a hologram projector, shows the projection of the monster and Mysterio fighting it. And Peter's like, oh shit,
Oh, shit.
So Peter tells MJ the truth that he is Spider-Man and that he has to get to a superhero meeting in Berlin with Fury
Nice.
and Mysterio.
That-
but he has
just
to
like
get
that.
before Mysterio and tell Fury that Mysterio is a villain. So he gets to Berlin. and
Imagine like the biggest. That's like the biggest fuck up. Like you ever like, you know, like you forget to take out the chicken out the fucking freezer, and then your parents come home and they're like, "Yo, the fuck," and you're like, "Fuck!" Imagine him having to go tell Fury like, "Yo." All this Tony, like all the Tony shit, I just gave to this fool. Like, oh my god, if that was his mom, the ass beating that he would receive is insane.
finds
Anyways,
Fury, or more like Fury finds him. And
Like
they get
if-
to a
or
conference
that.
room with Fury's little helper, and he tells
yeah, see, he's just gonna tell him, look, hear me out. I fucked up, but we can still like no.
that Mysterio isn't who he says he is, and all this shit is fake and illusions and blah 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 blah. And it turns out that they are in an illusion. You see, Mysterio found out that he had a missing daughter and immediately suspected Spider-Man, so he came here first. And Fury gets shot, then Spider-Man gets shot, and then he starts fucking with Spider-Man and turning everything
Yeah,
into
yeah,
illusion,
yeah,
and
yeah,
playing
yeah.
with his mind and destroying shit, and he punches a wall and stuff. Then he tricks him into falling off a fucking building onto a car. And wait a fucking second, is that a Lada in Germany? Holy shit! Wait, and that would never happen to a Lada because those communist pieces of shit are built like fucking tanks. Moving on, Mysterio continues to fight with Spider-Man until he gets shot by Fury in the back, ending his illusion. And Fury's like, you have to tell me who
Oh,
else you told
nah.
about this shit, because anyone who knows is in danger. So Spider-Man tells him that only his friends know, and it turns out that that is an illusion too. My god, his spidey sense isn't, it's not even limp dick working. It's
That's not even
You gotta
limp
go see a
dick
doctor
working.
about this. So after that last bamboozle, so he backs up with some more bamboozles. onto some train
Oh, and then he
tracks,
gets fucking,
and
yeah,
turns
just
out,
railed.
And he gets hit by a fucking train. But no worries, Peter survives. And he gets onto his
Did he play the fucking Thomas? He played the Thomas soundtrack. Nah, run that shit back. That shit goes hard. Look, listen.
And turns the illusions off, and he gets hit by a fucking train. But no worries, Peter.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Nah, yeah, come on, you know about this. I know. Come on, that that high boy, that shit was hard. That was my favorite part of this whole video. That shit was clean. That shit was clean.
Survives, and he gets onto
I
his
fuck with that.
completely
That was
empty
hard.
train and passes out. And I know he's a superhero and all, and super strength and whatnot, but at least one broken bone, guys. He's not invincible. He got hit by a fucking train at full speed. Come on. But I guess I have to settle for this mild limp. So he ends up in a very friendly holding cell in the Netherlands, and gets out of it, calls Happy from one of the locals' phones. Happy gets there, and Peter makes sure he's not an illusion, and then goes over to Happy. Happy patches him up. Peter has a small mental breakdown. Happy gives him a pep talk, and now Peter's in full working order and in tip-top form. Now let's talk about Mysterio's plan real quick. He's planning to make a super big boss fight in the middle of London, so he redirected Peter's class over to London and gave him a tour there before they head off to America, so he can kill Ned and MJ and tie off some loose ends in some collateral damage, I guess.
Okay,
and he's
okay,
also planning
okay.
on killing Fury there, since Fury being paranoid as fuck is a danger to him. Now back to Peter. So he's on a jet with Happy with the excuse that
Okay.
he's staying with relatives in Berlin. Then he tracks his class down by watching this idiot's stream. Then he starts making
Wait,
a
he
new
gets
spot
what?
with relatives in Berlin. Then he tracks his class down by watching this idiot's
Oh,
stream.
okay.
Then he starts making a new Spidey suit in
IG
the
Live.
suit making lab in the back.
At least like on Twitch. No, alright, whatever. Wait, how many viewers did that guy have?
Down by watching
Spidey #1 fan. Wow, okay. 2,400. Yeah, okay. What's it called? Isn't this Flash? Why is Flash like this in this movie? You know what? Who gives a...
this idiot's stream. Then he starts making a new Spidey suit in a suit making lab in the back of that fucking jet. Happy sends a code message to Fury so he knows something's up, and he drops Spider-Man into the illusion, and Spider-Man starts tearing up the illusion, revealing an invisible drone trying to assassinate Fury, but then Fury's little helper blows it up. Now I just want to touch on this point for a minute, because it is revealed at the end of this movie that Fury and Fury's little helper are both shape-shifting aliens sent by Nick Fury himself to do his work while he's on vacation, which means that the coded message that Happy gave to Fury couldn't have been a predetermined thing that they have set alone for a situation like this. No, it had to be general enough for this dumbass alien to understand it. So how did none of the super smart people working for Mysterio hear this and not figure it out? Don't matter, Happy goes to pick up Peter's friends, but Mysterio blows up the jet and sends some drones to attack them.
Did you get that? I didn't.
And kill them, so they go and hide in the crown.
Like
That's
what?
right, the crown
I don't know,
jewels
that was
vault,
too much.
The one where the crowns and the jewels are literally behind bomb-proof glass. Listen, I don't know too much about the subject, but I'm pretty sure that anybody who has something kept behind bomb-proof glass would have super-duper high security, or at least high enough security to keep them from doing this. Even if the city was being attacked by a... what the fuck is that? Anyway, Mysterio... that anybody who has something kept behind bomb-proof glass would have super-duper high security, or at least high enough security to keep them from doing this. Even if the city was being attacked by a... what the fuck is that? Anyway, Mysterio
Okay. Alright.
gets all other drones to target Spider-Man. So Spider-Man fights along the off and he gets up to Mysterio to take the glasses away from
Oh,
him.
yeah,
But
he just
Mysterio
fucking
tries to pull
run
one
up.
last bamboozle on him. However, this time Peter's Spidey
One
senses
last
to take the glasses away
bamboozle?
from him. But gets all other drones to target Spider-Man. So Spider-Man fights along them off and he gets up to Mysterio to take the glasses away from him, but Mysterio tries to pull one last bamboozle on him. However, this time Peter's Spidey sense is cured of erectile dysfunction and he goes ham on them robots with his eyes shut. And he gets to Mysterio at the end of the hall, who has been shot by one of his drones by mistake and is dying, and he hands over the glasses. Turns out he's trying to pull a fast one on Spider-Man again, but Peter's Spidey sense is rock hard, baby, and he stops him from shooting him in the head. Takes the- Turns out he's trying to pull a fast one on Spider-Man again, but Peter's Spidey sense is rock hard, baby, and he stops him
It's rock hard, baby.
from shooting him in the head, takes the glasses off his head, and he stops the drones, and
Yeah.
then Mysterio dies because of friendly fire. That part was actually real. So in the end, Peter gets MJ, Ned and his bitch break up, and Peter sits down. That part was actually real. The head takes the glasses off his head, and he stops the drones, and then Mysterio dies because of friendly fire. That part was actually real. So in the end, Peter gets MJ, Ned and his bitch break up, and Peter sits down to have a talk about Aunt May and Happy's relationship. Then he finds out that Mysterio
Wait,
had
is
a
Happy clapping?
his bitch break up, and Peter sits down to have a talk about Aunt May and
Shit, I
Happy's relationship. Then he finds out that Mysterio had a backup plan to make Spider-Man look like a villain and reveal his secret identity. This movie gets
Oh, I remember that.
Doc Simple trick.
Wait, hey, wait, what?
His relationship. Then he finds out that Mysterio had a backup plan to make Spider-Man look like a villain and reveal his secret identity. This movie gets doctors hate this man because of this one simple trick.
Okay, I didn't get that.